Thank you
so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
So let's start with your characters. Jason will start.
I play a character named Glenn Mills, who's a highly decorated sky devil. And he's a helicopter pilot who's on his way home from Vietnam only to find out that we are going to Skull Island. And I'm not happy about it. You know, I'm thinking American cheeseburger, maybe a woman, you know, maybe a beer. But unfortunately, we're headed to this island. And I don't like it.
I play Chapman, Major Chapman. He's a helicopter pilot from Hines, Mississippi. Has a wife and kid. Might not be married to her anymore, but it's by the by. Still loves them very much. He wants to go home, but at the same time, there's an opportunity to make some money, to deliver some people to a place. It seems worthwhile until, you know, a monkey starts throwing palm trees through people's windows. And then it's a problem.
Speaking of that monkey, Kong,
Yes.
what is it, do you think, that people find so interesting about this character, iteration after iteration, and what makes this iteration different from the ones before?
I think what makes Kong so special is the fact that he has a lot of human-like characteristics that you can really relate to, but at the same time has such an edge to him, you know what I mean? It's such an edge to somebody who can like flick you, like, you know what I mean? Like a match, you know? And through time, you know, he's just gotten better and better and better. And now with this film, I think he might be at his best potentially, you know?
Yeah, I think he's right. I mean, I love the way in this film, this version, we're so close to the time we're in now, right? We're not back in the 20s. We're at this time, 70s, end of the war, and we see him in his habitat, and we stay with him there. You know, we don't chain him up and bring him over on a boat, because what boat brought him over before? You know what I mean? I want to see that boat. The Titanic sank, let me tell you something. Furthermore, it's the biggest Kong ever. You know, he's 100-foot our Kong, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty amazing. And how would you describe Skull Island?
It is full of mosquitoes and bugs and giant things everywhere and microbes in water. That's
Right.
yeah.
Right, but it's the most beautiful, like Skull Island is the most beautiful, untouched, fresh place that you could ever go, but at the same time it's very eerie, very scary. You know what I mean? A lot that can happen.
Yeah.
A plant could probably eat you, you know?
And speaking of Skull Island too, there was a lot of location shooting.
Yes.
How do you, this is such a cinematic film too, how do you feel those places contributed to that cinematically? And what was that like, shooting those different locations?
They lent everything to it cinematically. You know, every time you were in a place, you were like, my God, you know, wow, where are we? You know, but it sometimes took a long time to get there. You know, we set out at 5:15 and we got to base camp at 8. You know, we're traveling. We had to travel over some of those lagoon areas, especially the one where I watched Kong fight the squid. You know, it was a long journey. I remember we set out and it was almost dark, and we got back, it was dark. But the places were just awe-inspiring, incredible places.
Yeah, they're so beautiful. Like, I don't know visually if I've ever seen anywhere as beautiful as Vietnam, but the way the entire island was put together, you know, like we got the best of every place that we went. We had some, like, the bamboo forest in Hawaii was very interesting to me. It's just, I don't know, the way that it was put together, like visually, it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
And let's talk about this cast.
Haha.
There's some great other actors, and you spent a lot of time together.
Yes.
So how was that? I had asked John Goodman about working with them. He said this is a group that you don't want to whine in, but he said they're a very creative group. So how was that spending so much time with these actors?
It was incredible, especially at
Yeah.
our level, to sit with John Goodman and Sam Jackson like here, and you just sit and you're like, do you guys like food? And they're like, well, we're people, you know, like, we're human beings, what are you talking about? And they're talking to you like a colleague, you know, you feel like a colleague of theirs, not, you know, a fan, you know, but it turns you into a fan. You're sort of sitting there and you're like, so do you like have hair? And you're looking at their hair and you're like, what am I talking about? Why am I being great? You know, amazing people.
Yeah, working with this cast is like, it's really, really a real life dream come true. Like, as cliche as that may sound, like, everybody is among the elite. You know what I mean? Down to like Tien, who only, you know, has a small part in the movie. It's a major ensemble. Everybody's dope. Everybody's super chill, you know, but at the same time, I mean, we're a group of actors, so everybody got the jokes, you know what I mean? Everybody has great downtime. You know, we had Bree putting together some break-ins for us, you know, to do some pretty interesting things that we probably wouldn't have done alone. And it was a good time.
Yeah.
It was a good time.
Yeah.
So, obviously this is a big action film, but what do you hope people take away from seeing this film?
I mean, like all those big journeys, you know, big journeys,
Right.
they're supposed to incite you to something that you may have going on in your existence or something, a viewpoint of yours about something. And so, you know, although it's massive and exciting and fun, you're going to see, you know, King Kong giving you very emotional, gentle moments as well as enormous roars, etc.
Right.
You're going to feel like your life is part of that, you know, it's explained in this big, long, epic journey.
Right. And also, to piggyback on what he said, I think it's interesting how when things are out of the norm, we choose to bash it or we choose to contaminate it in some sort of way. Or in this case, we try to kill it, you know? And you don't always have enemies until you pick up a gun. You know what I mean? So it's a very interesting thing to see. Yeah.
It was really good. It was really good. So
Thank you.
congratulations.
Thank you so much.